Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make a quick video of successes and failures this year so far in the garden. It is June the 15th, and we're in East Tennessee, Zone 7. And yeah, we're going to talk about some good things and some bad things with the garden so far this year. And so, some things that I definitely going to do different next year. All right, so let me turn the camera. So you can see all the grass and the weeds. It's a mess. So, failure. Should have done something different. So we'll start over here on one of the good things. Is we laid this fabric in between the rows to keep out the weeds and stuff in between the rows. Now we've got some growing in between the plants, so this fabric doesn't cover the entire ground. It just goes up to the edge on both sides of the plants, which is we'll probably continue to do that. And when the season's over, we'll pull all this fabric up and use it for next year. But I wish I would have run the fabric all the way to the fence and to the fence all the way around, because you can see how bad that has gotten over there with the weeds and the grass. So I'll consider this part of the fabric a success. And then you can look at this row of tomatoes. Now this is the earliest tomatoes, so it's time to terminate these plants, but we did do the stake. We did stake them in Florida weave, these tomatoes, to help them stand up. And the Florida weave really only works with determinate tomato plants because they don't get that tall. So that worked out really well. So we'll definitely do that again next year. And this whole row right here are peppers, and they look pretty good. There's a few weeds growing in between them, but nowhere near as bad as. I'll show you these other rows over there. So these are our yellow squash plants. I know they look pretty rough, but we've had a lot of heat and a lot of rain, but successfully these are grown in square tomato cages, and they're growing up. And if you've ever grown any kind of squash, they just take over the ground everywhere you go. So I'm calling this a success. They look rough. They need to be trimmed up and pruned up a little bit. There are some weeds growing down on, but I love this method. And I don't think we've lost any of these yellow squash plants that are in these cages to the vine borers, and the vine borers will kill your plants very quickly. So I'm calling that a success. I mean, like I said, they look rough. It's been hot, and we know how the southern heat just will kill everything. Another one would be our arch trellis tunnel that, oh look, there's a little cucumber. I'm gonna have to get it today. But this is fantastic. And we put cherry tomatoes, cucumbers. These are all cucumbers that will come all the way up to the top. Like there's one right there on the top. And we did put the fabric down through here. I mean, there are still some weeds along the edges, but nowhere near as bad as the other side of the garden. And these are beans. We grow pole beans because they're a vining bean, and they take up less space as a bush bean, but I mean, not too bad. So here's more cucumbers that are growing up, more cherry tomatoes. You can see I've got to get out here and pick today. And these are some foot-long green beans that we grew. They're fantastic. I think they're just so cool looking hanging down. We got weeds in here, but like I said, when I show you this other side, this is not bad at all. And here again, I wish I'd have put the fabric all the way up to the edge of the fence. And we're going to next year. We're going to buy some more fabric, and you can see down through there that row. It just got out of hand. Chrissy and I both work full-time jobs, and we've got new baby granddaughters that we spend as much time as we can with them. So some of this gets neglected. If we were out here every day, it wouldn't be that bad. So we'll go back around to the mess. Now this is the mess. These are Carolina Gold tomatoes. I got to pick today, but you can see in between all of these rows where we did not fabric and we did not stay up to 8. Now I know I could get the push mower. These rows are wide enough that I could get the push mower to go up and down through there, but there again, it's just something I just didn't do. It just time. So here's some okra that looks really good. Here's another row. Now this row I did do a little bit of work down into it. Another kind of a success is this cattle panel trellis for some more cherry tomatoes. I mean, the plants are looking rough, but I mean, that's just life in the South with the tomato blight. But the plant, I mean, they're still producing tons of little cherry tomatoes. So that was great. And these are more tomatoes with the Florida weave that works out. I just love it. Yeah, these plants look terrible. But this row, we had a lot of rain, so it saturated the ground. So I don't know if you can see where this row, half of this row fell over. And I did put some more stakes up like this one to try to pull it back up. So I will work on that later today, fix it. But here's another row that just needs fabric. We're going to fabric the whole freaking thing next year, and hopefully that problem will it'll make it a lot easier on there. More grass, more weeds. It's just everywhere. It's driving me nuts. And this row of tomatoes, was supposed to be, well, it's a variety called Empire, but you can see these tomatoes are just tiny. They're supposed to be big slicer tomatoes, and I don't like them. But I mean, we're gonna pick them, and we can sell these little tomatoes as like salad tomatoes. But so next year this will be something different. But again, the Florida weave. There's another trellis of cherry tomatoes right here. I mean, they're just loaded with tomatoes to pick today. So yeah, there's a few things I wouldn't necessarily call them failures. It's just things I wish would have done differently. Like I said, we're going to fabric the whole thing next year, and at the end of the year we'll pull all the fabric up, because I know the plastic people, are concerned about microplastics in the ground. But this grass and weeds is driving me nuts. And then our sunflowers were beautiful. We had a big storm, and it blew them over. So I might have to just mow them down, because I don't like it's just a mess again. And like I said before, it's just time. It's just having the time to do it with full-time jobs and granddaughters. There's more weeds. I mean, I can mow that. I can push the bush mower down through there and mow that. And just run over here to the back garden. I'm trying to make this a short video. We're at 9 minutes. So this is the back garden. These are Romas with the Florida weave. The plants, the blight is just taking over. They're still loaded with tomatoes. There's more trellises. I bought some net trellises. It's because cattle panels have gotten really expensive. So this is just a netting. I don't know if you can see it, that you just stretch out. So these are loaded with beans, and again, no fabric in between any of these. So the back garden, what I might do is I saw a video excuse me, where some anti-plastic people will plant clover in their beds, and the clover grows so thick that it kind of it drowns out or smothers out this other kind of grasses and weeds from growing up. So I will plant clover when this garden is done and we get everything cleaned up and tilled under and everything. We'll plant clover back here and let it grow and see how it does for next year. We'll start off that way, but if the other weeds start working their way through it, then we'll fabric it. And that fabric is water permeable, so the water will soak through it into the ground, so I'm not worried about the plants not getting any rainwater. But you can see in between these rows, it is a mess. And all of these over here, these are our blackberries, and they're done for the year. And again, weeds. I'm not going to worry about this. We just have to keep up with weed eating it and mowing it. But this is a mess, and you can see there's 2 squash plants here that are just completely swallowed up. And just like this in the back garden, there is peppers that have just been stunted so bad from the weeds. And this okra over here in the backyard was planted several weeks after the front garden okra. And this okra right here looks 10 times better. I don't know what I did. I have no idea. But you can see how grown up it is. And we're just going to pan real quick to the zinnia. This patch are Mexican sunflowers, and they'll have orange blooms, little blooms everywhere. They're fantastic. And here's our zinnia patch. We've got some butterflies in there this morning. So these are all zinnias, and what we do each year is as each head starts dying off and drying out, I just clip them and I put them in like a plastic shoebox tote and let them dry out and save them for next year. And I've not bought zinnia seeds at all from doing this last year. So our zinnias right there look good. This is yarrow. It needs to be deadheaded. It looks terrible. Okay, so there's some things I want to do next year. You know, we're gonna fabric every row. We're gonna buy more square tomato cages for the squash. And I don't know if I showed this the zucchini. So we didn't do the zucchini that way. So we was going to stake it up. So this whole row was zucchini, and the weeds just took it over. So 2 things: no fabric, and we let them grow on the ground. And you know, when they're on the ground, they just stay wet and stay moist. And I think there's more bug and pest damage to them. So this whole row is toast. So over the next few days, I'm gonna pull all these stakes out and get the drip. We run drip irrigation, so I'm gonna get the drip up so I can get the mower in this row and at least mow this row. But overall, I mean, we had some good things this year. I built this little shelf right here. I don't know if you can see it real good, in between these posts, so we can have something to put our baskets on when we pick. One more little success this year are these baskets right here with handles. They kind of look like a small version of the grocery store basket you can buy at the grocery store. These are great for picking because they got handles, and the handles will fold down so you can stack the empty ones back up. We bought these at the Dollar Tree. They still got a tag on it, $3. So we bought 10 or 12 of these, and we'll probably buy 10 or 12 more of these for next year. These are raised beds that we had early potatoes in. So we've harvested them, and I've replanted zucchini. These are zucchini. Now, I'm not going to trellis these up or tomato cage these. We're just going to let them sprawl out, because by the time they start giving us zucchinis and stuff, it may be too late to do anything. I mean, hopefully we'll get enough out of them before the bugs get them. But this is just an experiment for a late season zucchini, squash. Some of this is yellow squash, but we'll see how that works. So overall, I'm happy with half the garden. The other half of the garden's okay. It's irritating, but every year you do things different, and sometimes stuff works out and sometimes stuff doesn't. I mean, just look down that row right there. I mean, you can't even walk down through there. It's a mess. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We'll keep doing videos every week or so. But the garden needs a lot of work this week, and I'm off for 4 or 5 days this week. So I'm gonna go one row at a time, pick, prune, trim up everything, mow and weed eat everything that I can to get it not looking such a hot mess, because this is I can't stand this. All right, I hope y'all have a good day, and see you next time.